we are going to play Defiance 2015, the sequel to the popular free-to-play game from 2014 that was only exclusive to the PS3 and PC, and maybe the Xbox 360, I don't know, but this is a sequel to the already popular MMORPG, and it's just a reboot of the same engine. Now, if you didn't know, 2015 is just a upgraded version of the first Defiance game. And this is a sequel to the already popular MMO. I already know, but yeah, this is a sequel. So there was a huge recovery with the whole servers issues. So I may as well give an insight what it is. So if you never played Defiance, not the 2015 version, the difference between that is that Defiance was a MMORPG that was pay to play. So originally there was a physical copy of Defiance that was online only, and before Destiny even came around, you had to buy the game only for the PS3. And back in the older days when the PS3 was kind of rented, you would pretty much have to get to the servers as fast as possible, and it was a popular time. They made the game free to play after a couple of whiles, but this is a new IP, and I guess that this was kind of different than the first edition. I played Defiance on the PS3 because I didn't really have a gaming PC. No, I do right now, but I didn't really have any information. I didn't really finish the main campaign, no play the expansions or the in-game expansions, but so if you notice, if you play with the PS3 version, this is the same version as before, but they just added to 2015. If you did play Defiance before, you will know that the story is actually it's the same as the PS3 version. But if you start playing this for the PS4, then you will yuck. There's nothing new with the story. It's just a upgraded engine that they implemented, and the whole details are just the same. Now, since this is kind of new, since this is my first time, sorry, not my first time. This is my first time playing this on the PS4. I might as well show you all the in-game content available. I will say that I've been playing this game on the PS3. It was usually called Defiance, now 2015. And don't expect support animation from this. I let you be the judge of this animation.
Listen up, people! We just passed the Golden Gate. We'll be on site in less than 20. So you got 10 to secure the rest of that gear and get yourself strapped in for a landing. Repeat, 10 minutes until lockdown, people!
That's an unacceptable response. Must I remind you who I am?
What the hell is this?
I don't care what your protocol is. You're here to help me. So that's what I want you to do.
You're dismissed, Private. What's the problem, Von Bach?
Yeah.
You better get your men in line, Captain Grant. I want my equipment out of storage. My Ark Hunters and I depart as soon as we land.
The Earth Republic is in a limousine service. Your gear's locked up and we don't have time to dig it out. Now please, find your seat.
Yeah.
No offense, Captain, but I think your orders were to do as I ask.
My orders come from my superiors. People in Manhattan wearing uniforms, like this. And those orders are to keep you safe while you locate your alleged Arctech.
Alleged Arctech? There is no alleged, Captain. Do you see this? With this Arc core and the rest of the technology that I'll find in the Bay Area, I will repair this world.
Oh yeah.
And be its hero, of course.
You're in a restricted area. Get to your seat.
If anything happens to my gear, I'll send the bill to your superiors.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Let's move, people! Time's ticking! What is this, a dorm room? Everyone, get to your seats. You two, let's go.
Oh yeah, I should also mention something else that I forgot to mention.
You too.
So I guess I should also mention about the game being based of a Defiance series. Now, I guess in the 2050 version, you could play as a contented female free of cost. It was kind of nice to them, but I don't usually consider as a useful feature. They didn't really upgrade the character. They didn't really upgrade the character models with this one. I mean, I usually just play as the Human Federation, but they didn't really update the whole character model. I mean, back in the PS3 version, if you want to play as the Cartesian male, you had to purchase the DLC. Well, apparently, since the game is coming sour when a friend, they added it for free, and if I remember correctly, you had to pay maybe £10 or $4.99. I don't know. My memory seems to be fake, and they also upgrade the. They also upgrade the whole shoot. I remember that when I bought the beta, they used to have a parade in the chest, but that was in the old engine, and pretty much the engine was kind of old to some degree. I don't know. I guess we take the carpet. I guess I could play as a female because I never get the chance to anything else. I don't even know where to pick, but I usually want to pick the combat medic, because I didn't know that the whole combat mechanic. Well, I might as well pick the Exalt because you are able to change your outfit to some degree, and it doesn't really matter. So I might as well pick this.
Hey, buddy.
So if you didn't know, this game was based on the Defiance series of the same name. So if you didn't know, Defiance was a sci-fi exclusive show that was aired on television on cable, and the show has about maybe approximately 2 seasons or maybe 3 seasons, and it was one of those shows that utilized CGI. Sci-fi on cable was kind of notorious for using CGI when it comes to movies, and to make a television series was kind of new. I never really cared about the whole television series of the same name because I wasn't that much into it. But Defiance was one of those IPs of a show that was kind of irrelevant to some degree, and I didn't really pay attention to cable because cable was not my archetype. But when the whole show became, I don't know, a hit success or caught crashing on television, they decided to make a free-to-play MMO version of it. Needless to say, it was a standard MMORPG with shooting mechanics that has some similarities. There's nothing really fundamental or monumental about it. The only thing that's pretty much different is if they give you free DLC. And I figured that since the 2015 is actually a free version, they actually give you free content, to be honest. And because in the first in the PS3 version, it was kind of hard to get the achievements. Now they actually make it easier to get all the achievements because they give you all the expansions and all the DLC. And I guess they also rearranged the DPS and the damage control, the damage rate of the guns or weapons inside the game. They have to recalibrate the damage control. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the game or the detail, but 2015 seems to be the only game. Plus, I couldn't even live stream the PS3 version because I need a capture card to do so, and this was the only thing I could use the share feature on the PS4. I mean, it's not as if that I have to expect this, but this is kind of a confusing character arc. I never really finished the game, but I was almost in a high tier level at the time, and I could tell that he was kind of confused with the series. Now don't get me wrong, I still have Defiance on the PC, but it does upgrade the engine with new graphics. But then again, this is on the PS4, so I'm assuming that the old times are gotta be high crats. I don't know about the exact same detail, but
Hey. Hey, buddy. Soldier?
How's the violence? You're crazy.
What's up? You're pretty good.
Hey, friend. You're doing good work out here.
What's up? You're pretty good.
How's the violence? You're crazy.
Soldier? Hey, buddy. Good work. Might be time to hang it. All right! Defiance.
I don't know. Now, here's the thing you should know. When I first played the game on the PS3, not the PS4 at the time, I used to mess around with the character customization. Now, the female models were kind of bad in the PS3 version, but since they actually released this 2050 version, they upgrade the graphics. I wouldn't know. The only thing I can say so far is that they actually upgrade the game to some extent, and they actually fix some of the issues that the whole player base was having. When the first installment, as in the beta or vanilla version, came around, the game has the other issues, and there was the other issues with the DLC. And frankly, when they released the game with the same name, they wanted to add a new title. Yeah, it's kind of weird to say about the character customization, but I just don't know. But you can make multiple characters into the mix. Well, it seems to me you can only make one character. I don't know. I guess you could say that I'm not that much big with Defiance. It's not one of those titles I usually stay consistent. And I don't usually stay consistent with the game itself because I usually don't play MMORPGs for a lengthy amount of time. Because I usually only have a certain amount of time to play MMORPGs. And it's just one of those IPs where I usually have to be consistent with my time, because the game is usually kind of too long, in my opinion, and it's not really necessary to say these. But I guess we start with this, and we can't have a name if we have the high awesomeness. Yep. I don't know what the man, but it's always been busy, but alright. So we managed to finish that process.
Now, Arc Hunter.
Hold on, Captain. That one isn't wearing your beloved uniform. They don't take orders from you. Sorry about that, friend.
We land in 10. Strap in.
I never got to brief you on your ego implant, so we really need to...
Yeah, you go always...
What the hell?
Sir, they need you on the bridge.
I think I will actually get to my seat. When we land, don't go anywhere. The ego activation could be a bit jarring without a proper briefing.
Now I can actually show you the gameplay.
Relax. It's just a little turbulence. Completely normal.
No, it's not. We're all gonna die.
She's actually quite charming once you get to know her.
Yeah, the story was kind of lackluster on Palm release, but yeah, sometimes the game was kind of glitchy on the original release, so I don't know why, but yeah. I wanted to share some gameplay with this because I may not actually be consistent with this title, but I have a lot of other content being added, and I don't even usually know if I'm going to stay consistent, but you never know. It is what it is.
Brace yourself, Cass. This could be real bad.
Ah.
Okay. Which one of these dealies opens this bitch?
Yeah. Also, in the vanilla version, there was a auto.
Holy Stocko. You're alive.
They replaced holy
Sorry,
shit
man.
with holy
Well, maybe
Stocko,
that's not the right word.
and
There's more smashing
I
into
guess
the ground
they
than
wanted to
landing.
change the
I sort
script.
of expected you to be a bowl of soup in there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Whoa, are you okay? You need help? Can you hear me? You need to sit down. Sit down before you pass out. I'm sure you took more than a bump to the head,
yeah.
so rest. Get your feet under you. I'm gonna go see if anyone else needs help. Oh, you might want to arm yourself a bit more. The locals aren't known for this.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good, you can hear me now. I can sense your nervousness, but don't fret. I'm the Environmental Guardian online device that was injected into your body. You can just call me Ego. Please forgive me. I'm having some trouble getting all the behaviors activated, so we might experience a few hitches at the beginning. But I'll sort it out. We have lots to go over, so we should start.
Yeah. Yep. This is a chain mansion. Also, my face cam is blocking the minimap and the upper right corner, so bear with me. If I have the chance, I will. So, in the beginning, there was used to be a lot of ecosystems being added. Instead of having equal 100, in the PS3 version there was a equal 101 sergeant, but in the PS4 version they actually decreased it to some extent and have a regular MMORPG feel. It was a way better feel to it.
We need to find Mr. Von Bach, but
And it
first,
also
we
increased
need
the
to gear up.
EXP weight because
Let's hurry. We need to
because
collect the necessary
you had to do a
equipment
lot
as
of
soon
side
as possible
quests in
so
order
we can start
to
looking for
progress
Mr.
to
Von
the
Bach.
game. It was kind of used,
Particular weapon types work better for specific situations.
and they usually had
So you'll
to
want to get used to
grind
switching back
to
and
it a
forth
bit.
between the primary
They
and
fixed it
secondary
in the
weapons.
PS3 version, but it was bad enough. So I guess we could usually try it out.
The enemy is here!
Yikes. So the gameplay is pretty much a sole-person shooter. You pretty much shoot any NPC enemy that gets in your way, and the whole objective is to try to gain experience so far. And in some cases, the game was actually kind of simple to navigate to some degree.
Grenades have
Now, because my face cam is actually blocking my way, it's gotta be more difficult to even figure out where the aims are at. So I guess you have to survive these. Sometimes the biggest problem is you had to look for cover for most of the time. If you didn't look for cover for 99% of the time, you will usually get handed by the NPCs. And that was usually worse, to say the least, but you usually have to take the car system to some extent. If you didn't, you will usually get shot at simple ease. Now you should get recharged at easier weight, and it was actually kind of easy to actually get your shield. Now they also changed the eco XP range. in the beginning, it used to be a 4x4 grid, but now they actually increase it to some extent. And I guess that they want to make the whole EXP shell easy, because they realized that the force design was kind of hard to get, and there's a lot of changes in the user interface being added on. So I'm assuming they actually fixed some of the user interface, and I don't usually blame them, but it was a kind of foreign concept that you don't understand. But at the same time, they actually did make a lot of rearrangements being added.
Let's hurry this up.
Now it's kind of weird how you could eco power after the beginning. Now in the beginning, you don't use the eco power until during the tutorial. Now in the vanilla version, you have choices of 4 ego powers that you needed to maneuver, and these ego powers will actually give you a tutorial how they usually function and how they usually work. But apparently, since with the 2015 version, they actually have to rearrange it and actually readjust it to some degree, because they realized that some of the egos were too OP during the base game, and this was a high-end experiment. Plus, there was a time where to shoot you had to press R1 instead of R2, and in this version you press R2 to shoot. I don't know if you're a long-time fan or played this game. Besides,
we better help her.
Of all this flaws, that you would know why. It was kind of weird, but it was one of those IPs where it was better than Destiny. It was way better with any first-person shooter. And this is one of those titles you used to play when you don't have enough currency to buy the next Call of Duty. But that might be an understatement, because I wouldn't even know how much it costs. Besides the 60 price retail. The only difference between the regular version and the 2050 versions that they added new features that
However, their DNA is severely mutated.
I mean, most of the dialogue is just the same as the first installment, but it's just a different graphic engine that they added. I'm not sure about the PC version being different, but there was a lot of materials being added.
We need to shut these dudes down. If we don't, we could forget about finding any survivors.
No, I'm not sure about the cooldown.
Excellent.
But
I was able to reactivate the fissile materials. The reactor will overload and blow this entire base off the map. But we'll need to keep the mutants from disrupting the process. I have the ability to hack into most computer systems. Get to that thorium reactor, and I'll see what I can do.
Now, I'm assuming that headshots are actually more powerful in this title.
Advanced weaponry.
I wouldn't know, but this is one of those IPs. I might end this at 10 o'clock. And apparently we have not infinite ammo at the beginning. Kinda weird, but it's way easy to... Okay. Well, this is kinda new. I never played this in the original game, but... this is my first time farming. Holy shit, I didn't even know that farming was possible in the title. And we have infinite amount of ammo. Holy shit. This is kind of weird. I never have the minigun during the tutorials in the base game, but this is kind of different in the 2015 version.
You have an ego implant, don't you? That's amazing. First time I've ever seen one in action. You know, I think we're gonna make one hell of a team.
The whole story was kind of weird.
Backup can take you a long way in this crazy place. I'm heading to the crash site. They're gonna need help. I'm sure we'll be in contact. Arc Hunter.
The story was not that much the best in both the